I'm with Don King, the legendary promoter. This is an interview with BoxingShow.tv. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing great. It's just great to be here, back home again in Montreal. I see Quebec.
When's the last time you've been here?
It was 20 years or 22 years ago that I was here. I had the Hilton family at that particular time, and we were making a lot of noise. And so it's just great to be back here again with Yvonne Michelle and Dino and the Yvonne Michelle group. And we got a great show here in this beautiful arena, not a bad sight line nowhere in sight.
So how's it been, all this experience for you, all these years? What has it been the most memorable experience you've had in all your time in boxing? Give me 3 experiences that you've had, the most memorable ones.
Well, people is my most important asset. Innovation and imagination are my tools. Togetherness for a better America was my goal, and working for worldwide, unity and solidarity and togetherness is what my desire is. So it's really been great, from the Rumble in the Jungle to the Thrilla in Manilla to the last hurrah. Larry Holmes is one of the greatest champions in history. He fell in the wake of Muhammad Ali's retirement, and so he was not accepted, but he was the best jab in the world and a great fighter. So I've seen many things happen with Roberto Duran, Manos de Piedra, Hands of Stone, fantastic lightweight. One of the great, Julio Cesar Chavez from Mexico. So it took me from place to place around the world to meet and greet people and to welcome them into the bonds of friendship.
Let me ask you something. When did you decide to yourself, you know what? I love this game of boxing, and the first time you said yourself, I'm gonna stay in this game, and I'm gonna just stay in this game and just continue flourishing.
Well, let me say this to you: boxing is not my forte. Boxing is something I got into because, as you know, being an African American, call us Black Americans at the time, and Negroes, you didn't get an opportunity to have options. Right. You know what I mean? So when I come out of the penitentiary, the only thing you could go into is something that you could promote. I was promoting a scheme of change before I went to jail. So when I came out, I wanted to promote athletes. As Ali came to me and said, "You're the best promoter I've ever seen. Come on in, and the rest is history." But the idea is to promote people. Black and white alike. Working together works. This is what people don't seem to understand. If you cut your finger, you're going to bleed red. You put on your pants one leg at a time. You can drive one car at a time, sleep in one bed at a time. Whatever you've got to do, it's all a common bond of human relationships. So what I do with boxing is to use it to win friends and influence people. To be able to meet and greet and do it at the same time, take people who are the least of them and put them in position of the most of them. To be able to get money, fame, acclaim, and affluence. And I've demonstrated that by taking the attraction rather than the dollar. When I come into boxing, if you say $1 million gate, wow, that was it. They would talk about the $1 million gate, but they wouldn't talk about the attraction that made the $1 million gate possible.
Of course.
I put the attraction in the front. People power is my asset. I love people, all hues of the rainbow.
As a fan, who do you like to watch yourself? Forget the promoting business. As a fan, who did you love watching as a boxer yourself?
Oh, Muhammad Ali was float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I coined the phrase for him: every knee must bend, every head must bow, every tongue must confess, thou art the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali.
Was it tough for you to actually keep up with him because he's such a great promoter himself?
Yes, it was tough to keep up with him because we both were being shut out, denied, the door closed, but we just would never accept it. We would never never say die attitude. You know what I mean? And, it's changed tremendously, but we still got a long way to go. So what you do is you keep working. You don't get embittered with venom, hatred, and hostility and divisiveness. You promote friendship, unanimity, and zeal. Constrict negativism to its narrowest form. And that's what I try to do, and that's why I'm here with you.
And a lot of people are not able to do what you're doing. That's the thing.
It's a struggle. It's easier said than done.
You see guys like all these boxers that left you and they came back because they know.
They do, you know what I mean? So I say, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. But they've been brainwashed, they've been put into situations where they don't have the opportunity to learn. The education was punishable by death to the white man for teaching the black man how to read and write. That's what you must understand. And so when you're being debilitated like this here, being shut out of the colleges and they ask you why you're so dumb, break your kneecaps and ask you why you're limping, you know what I mean? And these are the things you got to overcome and to readjust and make things happen. That's why I like Leon, And
you find that a lot of people are always using excuses, and you're not one of them.
Only results. Excuses don't count with me. I've totally eradicated the failure out of my vocabulary. Setback every now and then. Failure, never.
Do you find some promoters are holding certain fights that we should, the people, like you say, should see?
Yes, some of them are doing. Some of them are just doing fights that they will use their own selfish and vested interest to prevent happening in order to say I. But in team, there is no I. It's T-E-A-M. And that's what you have to have is teamwork, because no one can do it all by themselves. John Donne said it many years ago, no man's an island entire of itself. Every man's a member of the continent and a part of the main. So, therefore, do not send for whom the bell tolls for thee. He goes on more graphically to say, every man's death diminishes me because I'm involved with mankind. Greg Leon, keep on, keep it on, baby. I love you.